Thank you. Thanks a lot for inviting me to this conference. And I'll wait for the presentation to start there. But before that, I had a brief talk with Mr. Garg when I was going to have this talk, that what is it that is expected me to deliver here. And he said that the importance of global partnership in achieving these goals is what is important. And that is how I tried to say how India and Denmark together are working, collaborating in this space and achieving the goals of both the countries and contributing to the vision of this green strategic partnership that both the countries have agreed upon. If you, okay, thank you, yeah. But then maybe I can actually give a couple of examples from today's presentations itself. You all might have heard the panel session with the Director General of CSIR saying that the NGRI in Hyderabad are excellent in this heli-borne survey and making the mineral data. Actually, that is again a global partnership between Denmark and India. The heli-borne is actually technology from Denmark. And together with NGRI, we created this one actually. And it is been running here. So it is the knowledge, and also I think it was Mr. Garg who said, if you want to price and have an expert to give the value of how it will cost, he said the price would be enormous. So the knowledge with both the countries are coming, if you want to price that value, you can't find a cost of it. And that is exactly what this partnership is about, to bring each other experiences to the table and then co-create, but also localize. As Mr. You were saying, that the local presence is very important, the local knowledge is very important, the local sustainability is important. So what is sustainable in Denmark may not be sustainable in India, but the knowledge that we bring from Denmark and share it with our Indian partners and in local context, and then you can co-create and put it in the local. And that could be a very valuable thing which you cannot price again. So that is the kind of partnership we are having it. And Denmark and India have been friends for the past 400 years, and the diplomatic relationship is like 75 years. And the Green Strategic Partnership that we have entered 2 years ago in September 2020. And we have 11 focus areas, of which energy and water are very much focused on that. And we are actually collaborating with both Ministry of Jal Shakti and Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, because these are the two ministries that are very much active within the water sector. So our collaboration is with both the ministries, and it is actually in the 4 sectors. It is both the G2G and also the B2B, that means the technology and other thing, and also the innovation, because the research is one of the very important components. So we also have the research, and also like providing this citizen science or citizen support also, like for example the Jal Jeevan Mission. We are actually collaborating with Ministry of Jal Shakti and among these UNOPS. We are actually making these village action plans that Mr. Garg was talking about in 4 different states of India. So these are the 4 different pillars that we collaborate with. And one of the important way of we collaborate is the knowledge sharing. So I mean, unfortunately, the presentation is not coming, but you could see that within the past 2 years, both the countries have shared so much knowledge with each other. They have been visiting each other. They have been exploring that what Denmark is providing compared to what India has, and how we together can take this challenge of water scarcity in India. And also, but not only in India, but also in Denmark, because these climate changes are everywhere. So we are learning from each other. For example, yesterday only I was in another panel where we were discussing about the storm water and flooding situation. And one of the things is how the urban planning can help in both reduce the storm flooding, but at the same time you can use that storm water to store and also have your water resources development and how you can groundwater recharge and how you can treat the wastewater and how you to use the treated wastewater for other purposes. So we yesterday had a very good knowledge sharing session with many different collaborators, including the the CPHEO, and shared this knowledge. So one of the things what we found out, for example, we talked about informal, I think there was informal suppliers or something that was there in the previous session, but also informal settlements in India. And there are many of these things that are of local, then how you can deal with that. So those kind of things we really discussed, and also bring this knowledge together and co-create is the main idea behind our collaboration. And and also like you were talking about, I'm pretty sure that when you showed your water ball rolling, I'm pretty sure all the listeners here, they were started thinking how my company, because I don't know who is present here, because I used to be a teacher, so whenever I had to present a lecture, I knew that who is going to listen to me. Then I would present in that way. But today, I don't know who is sitting here. So whatever I'm taking, it is like the knowledge sharing is very important, that, and whom am I delivering this to? So a lot of the figures I said, maybe you know much better than me, because maybe you are like deep into that. So when I took a course at the Harvard, I was told that, okay, try to sell this product to a company or somebody else, and then see how much profit you would get. So we had this exercise and we did it. And when we came back, and we were very happy that, oh, I sold it more than what I thought I got. And the other was, oh, I got more than what this one. And then we were together, what we were told that if you had actually shared your information with each other, the profit would have been much higher than what you thought you individually got. So that is exactly what we need to, is that we need to come together. And also in the previous panel, we were told like there were these three pillars, that is the technology, the academia, and the government. But actually we are missing the one, the beneficiaries, the citizens. You were talking about citizen science, but I would say more it is the citizens or the beneficiaries. Unless the four pillars are together and find out what exactly they need, then I think the sustainability of that would be very, very difficult. Actually, for example, we say that, okay, the citizens do not want to pay, but if you ask me, I would love to pay to get that water service. I would love to pay a good drinking water, because I don't want to have an RO or a water treatment plant in my own home. At the same time, I would love to pay that there is no flooding in my area, because if you ask me, then I would love to pay it. So rather than asking me what I want to pay, if we all have our own assumptions that they don't want to pay, or my technology is better than that, or my regulations are better than this, or my knowledge is better than that. So this knowledge sharing, the global partnership, that is what Mr. Garg was. So the partnership is very important. And the other thing is that, again, the financial for the green growth. Because actually the growth doesn't need that your water demand will increase. Because Denmark has actually showed that you can decouple the growth with the demand of water. Actually, I have slides, but the slide is not coming. We really showed actually the water consumption is going down, whereas the GDP is increasing. So you can actually do that. So just that doesn't mean that your economical growth would require also you need the water demand. And actually we had also some conversation saying that, okay, if you do that, then your water demand might increase. I said no, because you can do the supply and demand management together. You can actually achieve the goal what you want to achieve. So that is actually very important, that we have all the four pillars together and collaborate in a field and have this holistic approach. Again, we were talking about water, wastewater. You said that how many kinds of water and what exactly it is. Then if you take the holistic approach, because there is that much amount of water and how we can use it, and also within the cities, you can actually become a water balance or water neutral city or water positive city. So if you can go from centralized to decentralized, then again you can have it. So it is very important to have the local participation and local this one in place. People would say Denmark is a very small country. We are only 5 million people, Then what can you teach it? But even in Denmark, there are 2,700 water treatment plants. For such a small country, we have this. So that would be decentralized, whereas Denmark is going towards the centralization. Whereas if you take India, If you say decentralized, that might be a centralized in Denmark. So again, what kind of words we use and how we do is very, very important. And we need to have all the definitions in, in place to do these things. So, and again, the finances, actually, there are many innovative ways of financing these projects. And in Denmark, they are actually even doing the innovation in this. Rather than saying that this is the price, I'm going to pay it to the contractor. Actually, the contractor is becoming a part of the project. The citizen is becoming the part of the project. The government agency is becoming the part of it, and even the research institute. So they together go together and define the project and say each other's goals. So everybody gets benefit out of it, rather than it becomes like a consumer and a supplier. So these kind of things can be, can be introduced here, and that is what exactly we are doing, because we have these government-to-government collaborations in the state of Rajasthan and state of Tamil Nadu with Ministry of Jal Shakti, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, and even in Varanasi, that how we can together bring the 50 years of experience, not only the good but also the bad experience, to the table from Denmark, but also from India, and try to select some of the cities and try to implement this integrated approach and see how we can how this can become sustainable. And again, India is a very big country, and I heard many people saying, oh, we have a very good thing, but how to upscale it from that one simple demonstration to the entire India would be a very challenging, and that is again we require the experiences from each other countries, and also like sharing the knowledge with each other. That would be one of the key aspects. And even when you talk about the financing, you need to think about the holistic approach, the various, like today I was very happy to be here because I was told that when I read, there are 3 different topics that are here at the table. But again, after the plenary, we are divided into 3 different, because maybe the energy sector have a very good input on how they become successful, because we are ready to pay for the tariff for the electricity, that how that experience can be brought here, or the waste. So also merge these two, bring all the different, professionals together, and bring the solutions to table. Then I think the finances that is required would be very, very, reduced to a very minimal. Because even the conference I had yesterday, we were talking about, okay, India is now looking after the wastewater, then comes the stormwater, and then maybe come the drinking water. But if you plan it, everything in one, then I think the cost of implementing it would be much lower compared to having this serial approach actually. And that is also because some of the, infrastructures can be boosted for both the things. For example, these nature-based solutions we were talking about, they can actually have multiple, benefits. You can have the nature. At the same time, you can maybe, depending on which area it is, you can have the groundwater recharge, because you have to be very careful where you have, not everywhere you can have the groundwater recharge. At the same time, they can be actually for the stormwater flooding, because they can reduce the water flow entering into the system. So in that way, you can really, plan it. So multiple things can come to the same thing. So these are the things that we are coming up. I had a lot of examples there, but because the slides are not coming, so I could not show. But the idea is to bring our experience from Denmark to the table with our collaborators in India, and together we are trying to bring the sustainability and co-create the solutions that can be taken to the globe. So that is what.
Thank you.
Thank you.